Hello, I'm back. um, I don't think I'll ever be able to start one of these without laughing. But, yeah, here we are. Today, I'm gonna be coloring a drawing of mine. Um, they're doodles, it's nothing like crazy. But I want to say first that I think most of these I took from Pinterest. I used them as not even references. I straight up, saw these things and was like, oh, I wanna draw those. So, I'm gonna look for them, the links to the Pinterest pictures, and then I'll put them in the bio just in case anyone wants to find the original, or if the original creators come. Some of these are like artworks. So, I want to give credit where credit is due. I did not come up with this stuff. Well, except for that piece of pie, which, okay. I don't know if you noticed. Can you tell where the piece of pie is? Because I know I drew this a while ago. I think last year actually. So it's been a while, but I had a picture of pie. I think it was my own picture of pie, and I tried my best to draw it, but it's okay. If you know the reference, you'd understand. You'd be like, oh, okay, I kind of see it. But without a reference, it looks a little crazy. So I hope the coloring I end up doing to it does it justice. But I mean, hey, it's your opinion. But yeah, so oh goddamn, I went on another tangent. What was I saying? I don't know what I was talking about. Let's move on. Oh, yeah. So I didn't really come up with this stuff. That worm, I think that's supposed to be the hungry caterpillar. I don't remember if I seen a drawing from the actual book, or if it was just a doodle someone did of it. And then that Snufkin thing, that Snufkin thing, drawing is, I think, from the original. Would you call? Are they called comic books? I mean, to me, it's a comic book, but I think, or it could be someone else's drawing. I honestly, I have no idea. It's been months since I drew this. A lot of the colors I did, I went based off of feeling of what I think I remember them being. And then if I didn't know what the original colors were meant to be, I just kind of made it up myself. But yeah, so with this whole page, I wasn't going to color it. It's been blank for, like I said, months now. And the reason for that is because I was too scared to color it. I'll be honest. It's not much to look at. It's just a doodle page. But to me, when I drew this, it's ironic because the message, huh? But when I drew this, I think it was at a time where I wanted to, I was more focused on line art and doing good line art. As you can tell, the lines are very singular. In most of them, I'd say. There's not what they call chicken scratch. I've never used that word before, but I've been seeing it a lot more lately, and realize that that's what I've done all my life. When I try and do line art, it's not really precise or anything. And so this stuff that I drew, I tried to be more like precise and intentional, I guess, with my lines. And so, after I felt like I accomplished that, I was kind of scared to, like, I think mess it up with sloppy coloring or just coloring that I feel like wouldn't, I guess, do it justice. Oh, okay. Pause, because this worm, no, not worm, this caterpillar, I paused too early. It's not gonna come up yet, but dude, the eyes, I I can't even talk about it without laughing, because you can see in the video when I do it, I'm trying to color the eyes, and originally I'm gonna add like yellow, like that was the plan in my head. I'm like, okay, I'm doing green, and then I'm gonna do green and yellow. That's gonna be like the two colors. And then I didn't do yellow. I decided to do red, just because I felt like yellow was gonna be too, like, kind of like sickly, and oh my god. Okay. I know. I know. I know. I know. And the worst part is, I don't fix this until the very Okay, so if you don't know what's wrong with this image, yeah, I covered it up. The eyes, it looks scary with the red near the eyes, and I don't know what I was thinking. I like, it seemed with the pen that there was like a stripe in between, like the black eyeball and then the white part, that there was a stripe, and so I was gonna color it red, and I thought it was gonna look good, and then it looked like that. And so I tried to put like green, more green, to save it. It was rough, okay? I tried to figure out how to fix it, but for the majority of the rest of the video, I just keep covering it up with that eraser because it's hard to look at. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I fixed it in the end. I mean, I think I do. In my opinion, I feel like I fix it, so, yeah. Anyways, let's, we can move on. I wanted to make sure, as I was doing this voiceover, that I mentioned that. Like, I knew I was gonna mention that, because if you get it, you get it. Like, that's crazy. Like, that was not the intention. But anyways, so, I have no idea what I was talking about before, but, I want to move on to just saying that, I recorded that video, my first video, yesterday. Feel free to check it out if you want to. And since then, I've been feeling very, like, excited to record new stuff, and I hope this isn't, like, one of those things where, I'm really into it for, like, a week, and then it kind of dwindles off into being like, I don't know if I want to do that anymore. I mean, it's been, like, a dream of mine to have some kind of YouTube channel for, like, ever, so I'm hoping that I can, stick with this one, especially because it's art-related. Like, that's literally my life, so, I think it'll be good, but, yeah, so, I've been feeling more motivated to, like, color and stuff, and, I've been having this page open, actually, for, I want to say, like 2 weeks now, with the intention of eventually coloring it, because I just honestly, I felt bad every time I flipped through this sketchbook and seen that it was not colored, because even though in the beginning it was more like I was, I guess, happy to see it, still, like, perfect and in pristine condition, untouched, unbothered, like I like not messed up, it also kind of like bothered me because there was like no life to it. Like maybe when I first drew it there was life because I drew it with like, I guess, emotion, I don't know. But I feel like avoiding it has led it to be something, has like caused it to be more of like a downer for me, because I'm like, why am I not just coloring it? Like, why do I care so much? Um and so if you watched my first video, I kind of talked about like, when you color things, it doesn't have to be perfect. It can just be simple. Like, you don't have to shade, you don't have to do anything crazy. It doesn't have to look like the best thing ever. Or even like your best, like whatever your best is, it does not have to be like that at all. And how I've been like coloring so much lately and just been like trying to, you know, to not care, and to just do it because it's cool. And so with that in mind, I'm like, okay, I gotta color this thing because, if I really want to continue feeling that way and motivating myself in that way, then I have to color this because it's kind of holding me back. I mean, I won't give it that much credit. Like, it's not like I look at this every day and I'm like, God damn, like it's not that big of a deal. But I mean, it kind of is at the same time, because if you're trying to be like inspired by something and then there's just this thing that every time you see it, you're like, ooh, like I haven't gotten to that, or like I'm, like you remember that you're afraid to do that, then it kind of interrupts your flow, and it's like, oh. Like if I'm so unsure of myself, then, then how can I start a new drawing, or how can I, color this thing? So, moral of the story, I was fed up with not coloring it, and I figured, I do have the skill to do it. Like, not even, like trying to like toot my own horn or say like, that I'm like amazing at coloring, but I can pick up, a marker, I can pick up a colored pencil, and I can color it, into lines. Not perfectly, because I still colored outside the lines in some places, but, well enough to where, I mean, it's like something that, would be nice to look at, and it would bring life to this page. And I'm gonna be honest, I think, I'm gonna let you guys in on a little lore. I work with students, and so they're in kindergarten, and I draw a lot at my job, and they're always so like excited about the things that I draw, and they always think it's like the best thing ever, even though for me it's like, this is like something silly, or just like a dumb little drawing. Like, this is not even anything crazy. In my mind, I'm like, guys, I can do so much better than this. But, I don't say that because I always encourage them, like, like, oh, it takes a while to get here, but, you can do this too. You just gotta, practice and stuff, and, you can't give up. You gotta keep drawing if you want to get better. And so that sort of thing always, is in the back of my mind when I'm doing art. This feeling of like, like not needing to be perfect because, whether people like your things or not, we all start somewhere and we end up somewhere different than where we began. And, in my experience, I'm like in a very different place than how I started, I mean, I would have never been able to color like this when I was younger, especially with like the shading and stuff that I do in some parts. I mean, I didn't know how to shade when I was a kid, but it didn't matter then. And when I was younger, however I colored was just how I did things, and um, that was my skill level, and whatever I did was all that I could do. But I kept going, and with like practice, and honestly I wouldn't even say practice, like just not giving up, like just continuing to draw things, even if it was like the most randomest thing. um I remember it's funny because when I was younger I would just draw like random people. I wouldn't give them a name or a story. It would just be like a one-time thing of just this random person, and that was it. um and now that I'm older, every person I draw has to have a story. Every person has to have a name, lore. They have to have a partner. Because I mean, I don't know. I like I think all of my OCs have partners. Actually, no, that's a lie. A few of them don't, but they have the intention. Like in the back of my mind, I'm like one day I'll make them one. And when I when I was young, like I didn't care about that. Like I didn't care if an OC, or not even an OC, like whoever I was drawing had like a girlfriend or like a boyfriend or something. I didn't care if they had like a mom, and now it's like that's all I care about. Like I love making OCs, and so yeah, I just think it's so cool how things change over time, and it's not like a bad change. It's like just a progressive change. Like I can say, even if I'm not the best artist, I'm much better than how I used to be. And I mean, that's kind of not to diss my younger self. My younger self would probably agree with me, I'd say. But also we got to be kind to our younger selves too, because I mean, I wouldn't want to, like if they were like in front of me, I wouldn't say that. But I mean, you know. But yeah, so I think I went off on more tangents. If you stick around long enough, if you keep watching my videos, you'll, I think, notice that I do that a lot. And that's not gonna change. I'll be honest. I think that's just gonna be a part of my channel. And anytime you click on a video, expect that I'm gonna say like a million different things. And then I'm gonna like switch to, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't get off topic that much. Like, I'll be honest. I don't think I do, because it's not like I started talking about, plants or something. I just remember things, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I should say that. Now I'm getting off topic. Okay. But I can recognize it. Anyways, I'm still kind of like trying to introduce myself. And I have this like 33-minute video to do that, so let me do what I gotta do, guys. God, the caterpillar. Anyways, yeah, so, and earlier I had said that, this message being here, you don't have to be good at something to enjoy it. That it's ironic, and I never noticed that until I said it as I'm like talking right now. That it's so ironic, and it's crazy how I didn't even like realize. I wonder if if I had just read it, maybe it would have motivated me to color it, but I mean, I was blinded. I literally was so focused on the actual like line work that I didn't even remember the message of the drawing, which is crazy. Um, if you want, feel free to let me know like if that's ever happened to you. It doesn't even have to be art related. It could be like if you're writing something, like a poem or something, with like a positive message, and it's like you kind of get lost and you forget the whole point as you're trying to write, you know, the positive message, because you're so caught up in like the words you use, or I don't know, the prose. um yeah, let me know if you want. But I am running out of things to say. Can we look at this orange? Let's talk about the coloring. How about that? Oh, wait, I'm moving the microphone. It's gonna sound weird. I didn't mean to get up. I wasn't supposed to move. It's gonna sound weird. Okay. Okay, we're back. Hopefully that doesn't sound terrible. I thought I could sit one way for 30 minutes. I can't. I should have known better. I'm recording this differently than I did in the last video. In the last video, it was actually daytime, and I was sitting at my desk. And this time, it's night, and I'm not at my desk. So, I hope that doesn't mean it sounds worse. I was just so excited, honestly. I recorded this today, which is the day after I posted yesterday's video. And I knew, like, I could have waited to do the voiceover. Like, I could have waited for tomorrow, but I don't want to. I was just so excited to, like, talk. And I don't know. Tomorrow's Friday, and I'm really excited for that, but I don't know if I'm gonna make a video tomorrow. I mean, I wasn't planning to make a video today, and I did, so maybe I will. But don't expect this to be a daily thing, okay? I can't promise anything. You know, another thing I wasn't expecting? For this video to be 33 minutes long. Guys, I color so slowly. Like, it's kind of crazy, because, like, I'm watching myself right now, and I'm like, that doesn't look slow. But somehow, it does. Like, okay, I'll be honest. The video was 51 minutes long, originally. I colored for, like, an hour. It did not feel like an hour to me, but it was, I guess. And most of the cuts that I did was, like, when I would test colors on my piece of scratch paper, or when I was just like just thinking, like, I would just stop and think. But I'm gonna try and figure something else out, because here's the thing, like, I know that I can pause the recording when I stop, but I like editing out all, like, the pauses and stuff, because say I edit something out and then, you know, I want to, like, bring it back, because maybe, like, I edit it too much. I can do that, but, like, if I pause the actual recording while I'm recording, like, I lose all that time, and then what if I forget to unpause? I know that that could happen. I know that I can do that. So no, I decided I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna record and then edit all the pauses afterwards, because, you know, I don't hate editing. I talked about this yesterday, how I was, like, a YouTuber at 12. I say at 12, honestly, I was probably younger. And I also didn't mention, it wasn't just Roblox, okay? I would play Call of Duty, I would play Minecraft, and The Sims 4. And then, I think that was probably it, actually. And this one time I, like, vlogged a school field trip. I don't know what I was thinking.
So it was a really random channel, but yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Don't get the wrong idea, it was not just Roblox. And then the gacha stuff, okay, I need to clear my name. I only posted like one episode of a story I was planning to do. And it didn't do because it didn't do well within like the first 24 hours. I deleted it and gave up. I was like, no, I'm never gonna make it in the gacha scene. Like I didn't even give it a chance. I think honestly I was just embarrassed to begin with, and that was like the real reason why I didn't continue. But also gacha, I gotta be for real, like the whole gacha stuff, I knew that was not gonna be how I wanted to make myself known. I would think about it and I'm like, you know, in a few years when I'm older, you know, when I draw for a living and you know, when my future career is art, do I really want to be tied back to this video? And ultimately I decided no. No, I don't. It wasn't bad. I mean, hey, you know, those OCs that I actually made for that thing, I remade them last year, I think, and they're cool now, in my opinion. And the story's kind of the same. They all pretty much have the same lore, but it's just less cringe. I know I say that a lot, cringe. I'm sorry, but I can't help it, okay? I'm a cringer. I cringe at things all the time. Especially myself. Yeah, anyways. I did it again, guys. I don't know what I was talking about before I started talking about gacha. I guess I can go back to talking about the coloring, fine. Here's me coloring Snufkin. I love Snufkin and Moomin so much. I don't draw them enough. I love a lot of things, but I don't draw them enough, I'll be honest. South Park is my favorite show. And I know this video is not South Park related. There will be future ones. I can guarantee it. There has to be. Future South Park videos. And so, what I want to say is that despite the fact that South Park is my favorite show and that I've loved it for like 8 or 9 years now, I haven't drawn that much of it. I mean, I'd say like most of my art that I've made is South Park, but that doesn't mean that like I draw it a lot, and it's only because I didn't draw a lot growing up, which is weird to say. I mean, I drew, but then I hit this point where I think middle school, entering high school, I just didn't really know how to draw anymore without like being insecure of what it was that I was drawing. And so I drew less and less and less. And obviously, you know, school was a big reason why I was always like busy and stuff. It wasn't until I was like leaving high school, and I'd say like now that I'm really getting into drawing a lot, like more than I ever have. And that doesn't mean that I'm drawing every day, but I mean, I'd say like once a month is more than how I used to draw. And right now I'm drawing like maybe twice a month, sometimes 3. I mean, it depends how I feel in that month, but you know, like I'm drawing something. Still not like completely finished artworks, like those still take me a while. Those are probably like once
every 2 months or something, which I'm trying to work on. But you gotta have a balance, because you don't want to overdo it and burn yourself out. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to find a balance, and coloring is my balance right now, because it's not as stressful as drawing is sometimes, but it also it makes me feel creative. So I don't feel like I'm not doing anything that allows me to express myself. But yeah, so once again, I hope you enjoyed this. We're nearing the end now, and I'm fixing the caterpillar. Finally. I know, I'm sorry. If you played this in the background, thank you. If you literally sat here and watched all 33 minutes, thank you. I don't know if anyone would. I mean, I wouldn't, but hey, we all have our own interests. I hope my talk was interesting. Like I said, this is gonna be a thing. Okay, I'm just gonna record and yap. No scripts, no nothing. But yeah, thank you for being here. Bye.